let's talk about entering time into BigTime. From our navigation bar, we're going to choose our time and expense module, and we're going to choose timesheets from our dropdown. Now, I by default am on my weekly view, but we do also have a daily view, and you can toggle your view by using the icons on the upper left-hand side of our screen. And you can see our daily view looks a little bit different than the weekly view. I prefer the weekly view because I like to see the over-under totals. Now, to add a timesheet, you can simply just click on Add a Timesheet Row. We'll choose the project that we're working on. Today we'll say we're working with Central Perk, and we can say which task we're working on, consulting. Now, I'll go ahead and I'll jump into today's date, enter how long I was working on it, and also put some notes about what I did. Now, I also have the option, because I have this set up on the back end of my timesheets, to state that if these hours are non-billable or not. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is billable time. I'm going to go ahead and save. Now, you can see that this is in a saved status, and it will say down at the bottom that I have 2 unsubmitted hours in this period and 0 unsubmitted hours in other weeks. Now, I can go ahead and I can submit hours on a timestamp by timestamp basis, a daily basis, or a weekly basis. It's completely up to you. There is no harm in submitting on a more regular basis than just the once a week, which is normally the standard we recommend. When we actually submit our timesheets is when the billing rates will apply to the timestamps, and it will be pushed over to our WIP, or work in progress. So in order to submit my time, all I need to do is go ahead and click here to submit these hours. Make sure that the date range is checked for my 2 hours, and submit timesheets. Now, you'll see that I just had 2 different notifications, one saying that my submission was in process, and pretty quickly I got my submission completed. So we can click here to refresh this page. Now, once I refresh, you can see that the 2 hours are still here. However, it has a lock identifier next to it. Now, the lock identifier is just telling me that these hours have already been submitted, and I as an employee do not have the ability to jump in and make changes to my timestamp. Only a system administrator will be able to make adjustments to submitted time. Now, I have a lot of blank rows from my previous entries, so if I want to clean this up, all I need to simply do is click on the clear blank rows. BigTime will ask me, am I sure? Now, just because BigTime is giving us an "Are you sure" identifier, it doesn't mean that it's going to make any serious changes. It just means that the items that are appearing here that I worked on in previous weeks will be cleared out, and I would have to re-enter them in if I started working on any of these projects. So I'll go ahead and I'll click yes. Okay, now from the daily view, entering time is exactly the same. We'll go ahead and we will click on our daily view option. We'll click on Add Time. Again, it's same information, just a little bit different layout. We can then go ahead and choose the project that we're working on, the task that corresponds with what we're doing, notes on what I did, and again, I have my no charge identifier. I can go ahead and I can click save. Now you can see that my 2 hours that I've already submitted for Central Perk do show my lock icon, and my Clampett Oil Drilling Project Management is currently still open. Now what this means is, again, I can jump into my Clampett Oil and I can say, oh, you know what? I actually worked 2.5 hours on this. So I can, as the employee, can jump in and make a change. Once I save, it will update my information down here at the bottom. It will also show me my daily total here at the top. Now, as a system administrator, I have the ability to go ahead and actually log time on behalf of my employees. So we can say that Madeline needs to add some time today and say she did 4 hours on Gringotts. She did some consulting work, notes on what she did, and save. All right, so that's everything for entering time using our weekly and daily view. Make sure that you take a look at the options that we have for our timers as well as our mobile application. Thank you so very much and have a great day.